When you picture Hanuman, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's a powerful hero, the loyal devotee. Maybe you just think of him as the monkey god, right? But what if that whole story, as familiar as it is just scratching the surface of a history that's millions of years old?
See, the source material we're diving into today suggests the real story of Hanuman isn't just an epic tale. It's a secret history of our planet, and it starts long before the stories we think we know. Okay, let's get into it.
So, we're going to peel back the layers of one of the most famous epics in the world, and what we're looking for is a hidden and much more ancient timeline.
This question right here, this is what changes everything. The sources we're looking at propose that to really get who Hanuman is, we have to stop seeing the Ramayana as his origin story. Instead, think of it as a meeting point for cosmic forces that are just mind-bogglingly ancient.
And this is where the story just explodes in scale. Hanuman's origins, it turns out, aren't just tied to a single epic. They're woven into the esoteric history of humanity itself.
The key to unlocking all this, according to the source, is a pretty wild concept called the root races. We're talking about vast evolutionary cycles of humanity that stretch across millions of years over continents that have long since vanished and through entirely different states of being. Now check this out. This slide completely reframes the Ramayana. It wasn't just a story happening in one time period. Oh no. It was a convergence of three totally distinct ages. Hanuman is presented as a being from the ancient Lemurian race. Ravana, he's from the later Atlantean race, and Rama is from the Aryan race, which in this context just means our current spiritual era. The biggest takeaway here, Hanuman predates them all by a long shot. So, this is absolutely crucial. That whole monkey god label, it's a cosmic misunderstanding. The beings from Hanuman's age, the Lemurians, were known as Kama Rupas. They had such a complete mastery over their own form through yoga that they could appear as anything they wanted. They weren't animals. The source calls them Vishishta Naras, the special, indestructible ones. The monkey form, that was simply a choice. Okay, so with this new timeline in mind, the whole conflict in the Ramayana just transforms. It stops being a simple battle between a hero and a villain. It becomes a clash of civilizations, a war between fundamentally different cosmic energies.
The epic, then, is more like a cosmic stage where the worldviews of the third, fourth, and fifth root races all collide. Let's break down what that actually looked like.
And this slide just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you've got Ravana's Atlantean energy. Think raw power, magic, but without a moral compass, without dharma. It's all focused on material gain and expansion. On the other side, you have Rama and Hanuman. Their power is tied to universal law, to wisdom. It's a power that only appears when it's needed, and it dissolves the second its purpose is served. Two totally different ways of being.
So, who exactly is this ancient Lemurian being who chose to step in and basically alter the course of history for these later ages? Well, let's get into his very specific origins.
His lineage is just incredible. It's like a convergence of cosmic forces. His parents, Anjana and Kesari, were powerful beings themselves. But get this, he was also blessed at birth by Rudra, the embodiment of cosmic will, and by Vayu, the cosmic air. In him, the energy of the seven great winds, the Marus, all came together. He was even born with a natural, inseparable body armor made of pure gold. And the story of how he got his famous name and form? It's an epic all on its own. As a super powerful kid, back when he was known as Maruti, he saw the rising sun, thought it was a piece of fruit, and just flew up and swallowed it whole. To save all of creation, the celestial king Indra had to strike him down with a thunderbolt, hitting his jaw. When he was revived, Maruti decided to keep the mark as a souvenir of the whole adventure. That earned him the name Hanuman, which means one with a special jaw or cheeks. His form is literally a reminder of his power.
But that physical form, the one with the mark from Indra's weapon, well, that's just one of three bodies he has. The source explains he has his physical body, sure, but also a golden etheric body, the Kanchana Deha, and a brilliant diamond causal body, the Vajra Sarira. This means he's operating across multiple planes of existence all at once.
So now, let's bring this all home. How does this massive cosmic story connect to us? Because it's not just ancient history, it's also an allegory, a map for the journey each and every one of us takes inside our own consciousness.
The entire epic, all its gods, its battles, its kingdoms, you can read it as a symbolic guide to the spiritual path. It's our story, just written in the language of myth.
Just look at this breakdown. Sita represents the individual soul. That's you, that's me. She's trapped in Lanka, which isn't just some physical place, but a symbol for the island of our own isolated, separate thoughts. Rama is the universal divine, the thing the soul is always trying to get back to. And Hanuman? He's the teacher. He is the one who builds the bridge between our individual self and the universal.
So this is the real kicker. Hanuman represents something that's inside all of us. He is the Sadguru, the inner teacher. He is the embodiment of prana, our own life force, the very breath and energy that connects our little self to the vast universal consciousness. He is the active principle of yoga itself.
And that brings us to his ultimate purpose. Hanuman isn't just some figure from a forgotten age, or a symbol in an old book. No, he's described as an active, living, breathing presence on our planet, right now. And this is his promise, a commitment to stay right here, to help, for as long as the search for the divine continues anywhere on Earth. His presence is literally tied to our own spiritual quest. He is what's known as a Chiranjeevi, an immortal being who's already achieved liberation but makes the conscious choice to stay behind. He's not a relic of the past. He's a guide for the present, a helper for anyone who's on the path of light.
So after all of this, we're left with one final and pretty empowering question. If Hanuman really does represent this inner teacher, if he's the life force that's animating us right now, then what does that say about our own potential? What mountains, literal or metaphorical, could you move